G'day guys, welcome to my new video. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my thoughts on the Venthyr Protection Paladin. I've been playing it for a while now, hit renown 80 quite some time, and I'm just here to give you my thoughts on how it's been going so far. So without further ado, let's get into it. As you can see, talents and soulbinds are on the screen. This is generally what I've been running. First, taking a look at your soulbinds. I prefer Nausea, to be honest. She gives us a Thrill Seeker haste buff every 40 stacks, which is pretty nice, and we all know paladins love haste. Going down into getting Hollow Discernment. It's just making your Ashen Hollow much juicier. Agent of Chaos is pretty nice, especially when you want to kite into a pack or kite out. Whatever you're getting yourself into or getting yourself out of is at least being disorientated, so it enables you to use Door of Shadows to actually get into the pack. They're disorientated, pop off Ashen Hollow and just let ham. We all know Light's Barding is pretty mandatory these days, with being able to get to places a bit faster, which is just pretty nice. Friends in low places, the open world content doesn't really matter. I would say Resolute Defender by all means is by far the most wanted endurance conduit by far. Like, if you only have one slot open, pop this bad boy in. It just helps you reduce the cooldown of your Ardent Defender every time you're popping Shield of the Righteous, which you are doing constantly, of course. Then I like Divine Call. It just helps reduce my shield, Divine Shield, or aka Bubble, a bit more, seeing that you are tanking, you're constantly taking damage. And I run this conduit due to the last talent that I'll be discussing a bit later. Down into this a trait which is just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, you're going to be eating some sort of food, you know, whether it's be buffing your versatility, mastery, haste. It's just increased by 20%, your flask also by 20%, and your weapon enchant by 20%. So it's kind of a no-brainer, just increased there, right? Vengeful Shock I also like, just for the mere fact that we always dealing holy damage, whether it be with our consecration or not, and just throwing your Avenger Shield constantly is going to give you that 5.4% increased holy damage for 5 seconds, which is pretty nice. Down into Nimble Steps, which makes the enemy a bit slower, so helping you kite when you need to, or when you're in a pack and you have these guys jumping around. Pretty nice, their movement speed is slowed. And then, yeah, Condensed Animosphere is just really good, especially at a high item level. Every 10 seconds you get almost 5% of your maximum health back. I honestly cannot be more of an advocate for this, right? And then, of course, Fatal Flaw. So when Thrill Seeker ends, you'll get an increased secondary stat, whichever one is higher, either critical strike or versatility. 9 times out of 10, because you're a tank, your versatility is much higher than critical strike, so you always get increased versatility after Thrill Seeker ends, right? Which is pretty nice. Moving on to our talents. This is ideally the talents that I like to run. Blessed Hammer, just for that additional holy power generation, pretty nice. And of course, whenever the hammer goes through an enemy, they deal a bit less damage to you. That's pretty nice. It scales with haste as well, so that's always good to be prepared, or when you're kiting out, generate some holy power to be able to heal you or heal allies. Then First Avenger, of course, disclaimer, this is purely based on Mythic Plus, as I do a lot of Mythic Plus runs myself. Big into dungeons, not so much raids. But anyway, First Avenger it bounces 2 additional times, which is just great. The level 30 though is basically personal preference, whatever you need. I like Fist of Justice because it just enables me to stun mobs more often, right? In niche situations, I'll probably run Blinding Light, like in Plagueful, for the slimes or whatever have you, right? On 35 though, Unbreakable Spirit by far just like your go-to. This is too strong to give up, right? And just reducing Ardent Defender's cooldown, your Divine Shield cooldown, which synergizes nice with Divine Call, Endurance Conduit, and then Lay on Hands is also reduced by 30%, so pretty strong. On the level 40 row, Divine Purpose just giving you that ability to actually have free Holy Power spender, whether it be a Word of Glory or a Shield. It's just always really nice to have that free one in the bank and use it for when you really need it. Consecrated Ground slows your enemies, which really works well with nimble steps over here, right? Slows them, and it makes your consecration a bit bigger, 15% larger, so it's really nice, meaning you can actually keep and maintain aggro on a larger pack if you do pull bigger. And then on your level 50 though, I default to Final Stand, and I'm just using my bubble taunt defensively, offensively, either way to remove stacks. It just comes in handy to be able to push bubble and know that I'm going to be okay for the next 8 seconds, whether I need to stay in the pack a bit longer because they are nearly about to die, or whatever the case may be, right? Like it just comes in handy, and plus running Divine Call makes it come off cooldown a lot faster. And with Unbreakable Spirit, I'm sitting in at a 3.5 minute cooldown, and I know I'm not going to lose any aggro. So this is just my general talent build that I'll run with regards to Protection Paladin. For legendaries, if I have a look, I am currently actually running Vanguard's Momentum for the Venthyr, because it gives your Hammer of Wrath an additional charge and increases holy damage done by 4% for 10 seconds, right? And it stacks 3 times, so immediately you pop Ashen Hollow. We know that when you have Ashen Hollow underneath your feet, your Hammer of Wrath is dealing 100% more damage, and now you have 2 charges, and it's just doing a buttload of damage straight out the bat, right? For more damage, I recommend this. Bulwark of Righteous Fury is still your go-to in terms of AoE dam, where it links up nicely with your first Avenger's talent, hitting 5 targets, and then your Shield of the Righteous does like 150% more damage. It's just the go-to if you do not want to craft this bad boy. I currently have him crafted on my hands. Of course, if you are going to be raiding, then you want to craft it on your feet, as that does not hold a domination socket. And then, of course, in the finger slot for Bulwark of the Righteous Fury, to get that juicer haste versatility, right? Or haste mastery. Moving on to stats. As you can see, my stats are fairly balanced, with the exception of Critical Strike, which is just more damage or more healing. But yeah, you want to try to get as close to about 18-19% haste, if not a bit more, which is about, I'd say the safe place is about 18%. Mastery is also phenomenal, because you're going to be standing in consecration all the time, and you're just going to be getting reduced damage while you are in it. It increases your attack power, and then of course your block chance as well, right? While in consecration, versatility, of course, we know increases your damage, healing, and damage done. So no brainers, like a tank's best friend generally. Haste versatility and haste mastery in those two. I like a bit more mastery, just for the mere fact that I'm going to be doing a lot more damage, but also the damage reduction is a lot more. And then yeah, I have like leech avoidance on the cape. I actually have, my bad, I have a bit of speed on the cape because I'm getting avoidance somewhere else there on this item. And yeah, so far so good. Your trinkets, if you can, by all means try to get a blood spattered scale. It is genuinely a lifesaver when it comes to trinkets. On a 2-minute cooldown gives you a massive absorb shield, which, if I might add, actually scales with versatility really well. Right, the more versatility you have, the bigger the shield is going to be. So that is an absolute must. But yeah, I hope that you guys found this helpful. If you did, throw it a like and a thumbs up. If you didn't, downgrade the shit out of it. But at the end, I just wanted to give my opinion on Venthyr Protection Paladin, what I've been doing and what I found to be working for me. But yeah, see you guys in the next one. Cheers.